I'm telling you about the levels of enlightenment. There's a level of confession. There's a level of warring. In the level of confession, your boldness is checked. In the level of warring, your faith is checked. In the level of death, your life is checked. When you get to that level of enlightenment and you cross it, you now enter into the level of light, manifold grace, and the room of the love of God. You transcend this realm. Even people who follow demons, they can meditate themselves into levels where they no longer fear death. Do you know what it means to walk the way of a master? The Lord can make you lose to teach you. Don't think that God teaches people by giving them money. Even you. On earth, do you eat sweet things every day and not expect a consequence? There is a God that has been painted. I was sad when this came to me. A God that his duty is to make sure Christians don't grow. And so the average Christian in our generation fear loss, easily worries, fear for his life. Satan is fattening them up for the tribulation. Because they won't even last 2 days. They would have received the mark quickly. And their pastors will preach it to them. Just as their pastor came and said, there's nothing wrong with COVID. COVID is a test. There were those of us who told our disciples and ourselves that we will never take the vaccine. And the other pastors came and they were, oh, me, I took it. Now why can't you take it? That's how the Lord showed me that they will preach the 66. They will preach it on the altar. And your pastor will tell you, forget about this. It's not, this one is just technology. And they made it look as though if you didn't take the vaccine, we die. And then some people, because of travel, they took. Because of work, they took. I'm trying to tell you, see, a being that could deceive 1/3 of the angels in heaven is a being you want to play with. That lust in this world that you have, that's where I say it will come there. If travel is your God, the office will say, okay, want to send you. That was when they wanted to send some people to international trip. But you need to take the mark. Hey, how will I do? If I don't take it, I will lose my job. You were never a part of us. And guess what they did? They now did targeted attacks. People who were vocal about the COVID vaccine. And they said, we will not take it. They now attacked them. And then most of them died. The next year, hey, look at him that was saying, now COVID kill him. Today we are standing. Some people took first dose, took second dose. Another measure. Hey, there's booster. Boosting to Hades. I told them. I said, if you took it, ask for the cleansing. You don't know what has been done to you. Wait. I told them, I said, the voice of the prophets are not heard. We that didn't take, we are still here till now. The simple test that came to men, many failed. They failed. He told me before he came, in 2019, I saw the lockdown. Didn't I see it? Prophesied it, the video is still there. And I told them by the word of the Lord. Andrew was there. I said there's a revival that's going to be the revival of the indoors. Men will be locked in their houses in 2020. Padlocks all over the house. 2019, December 25th. So when it came, we were not moved. We were ready to be hungry. We will not take it. Yes. You see, before exam, there's always test. Do you think Satan will come with horn when he wants to test mankind? He will come by the kings of the earth. That's how Satan tests mankind. One is coming, I've seen it in the spirit, and I'm saying it now, the Apollo K virus. That's the second test of mankind. I saw the virus. It will make people's ear bleed, nose bleed, eye bleed, and it will make them go insane. They will behave like zombie for a short period, and then they will die. For 2 years plus now, I've been seeing it in the spirit. The Apollyon. I saw it in the lab. Apollo.K. Holy Master. It's already with men. So what can separate us from our conviction? So work is enough. Walk, car, travel. I need to go on vacation. Pastor, you don't understand. As a beast that perishes. You must have to tell what I tell my students in the secret. These are the ways you begin to ascend. I told them the UK branch. I've told you before. When God say give, for example now, you are led to give. If God say give your house or your car or your money, is it because God needs it? Sir, God doesn't drive cars. It's his servants that may use it. He doesn't drive it. God doesn't spend money. He will direct his servants the way he wants it to be spent. And all is to the advancement of his kingdom. But God doesn't spend money. Does God need dollars, naira? What is he doing with it? God needs nothing in time. God lacks in nothing. If he demands a thing, it's not for himself, it's for his people. So if God tells you to give your prices, and we've seen that example in scripture, that God can demand the prizest of possessions from a man. Your son. What you call your money in time. He told the rich young ruler, lose all your wealth, give all the money to the poor, and you come follow me. So you can lose on account of God. He can tell you, sell your house, go and use it to sponsor missionaries and crusade. Give to the beggars on the street, and then your people will say you are now mad. Let me tell you one last secret. Let's say this watch cost $500,000. And this watch is my most expensive possession. And the Lord said, give this watch away. Do you know the first thing a true disciple will look for? You will look for pain. If you cannot find pain when you are asked to give, you've transcended a level. You've become those people that the Bible describes as cheerful giver. The Bible says God loveth a cheerful giver. It didn't say God loveth a weeping giver. Yes, those that sow in tears will reap in joy. Why would they reap in joy? It's because when they were sowing in tears, they didn't understand what was happening to them. But later, when the result of what they did begins to manifest, they will now understand. So they will become joyful that they obeyed. In the days when men struggle to obey God, or when it grieves men as they are obeying God, as long as they obey, they will later understand what their obedience did to them. But I'm going to show you something. Whenever you don't find pain, when the Lord asks you to do a thing, it shows that that thing is not an idol in your heart. That's God's way of telling you where you've gone to. Sometimes God wants to show you that you've grown. He will tell you to lose. If you find pain, anytime God gives you an instruction, you know what some false prophet call? Give a seed that pains you. No, sir. If a seed pains you, it's because that is an idol in your heart. The pain you feel is the pain of circumcision. That's all. It's not like the pain, God will not say, hey, yeah. No, sir. You are being circumcised of what was exalted already in your heart. It was your God. You are letting your God go. That's why you are weeping. If it's not your God, I tell you the truth, you would... Relationship, fame. Some men of God, because fame is their God, God will allow them to be in obscurity. And then there will be pain. Why ministry? And then if they are not careful, some of them will now begin to put hand into fetish thing. The fact that they put hand into fetish thing was because fame was their God. Some of them, even though they didn't put hand into fetish thing, they will be powering through and until God now circumcises the desire. And the day they now say, I don't need it, that's the day God will now begin to raise them. But when he raises them, they will not be aware of the fame. The way of the master. This world, if you learn the way of the master, you would see a lot of things people are doing are self-preservation and scam. And listen, if you are doing something because of the Lord, that's unto the Lord. Let's say God sends you to serve in a place. No matter how they offend you, you are doing your service not because of any man. No man has power to change any of your conviction. That's why I told you, I say it's not easy to send a disciple away. That's one of the hardest things to ever do. If you like, tell him, go and stay with your wife. You wake up in the morning and find him at your doorstep. That's why God was angry with David. Uriah, the man was a devoted man. Even intoxicated, he still refused to go to his wife. If you go to war, the first thing you want to return to is your family. He didn't go to see his family. But a normal follower, they don't call me. I get headache, they don't call me. Belle pay me, they don't call me. Oh, may God relieve you of those burdens. There are people, when they leave you, just kneel down and begin to thank God. Say, Lord. See, we don't have time. Maybe Sunday. When did Judas leave Jesus? And when did the false followers leave him? Have you noticed a pattern? After they ate bread, they left. Judas, the bread was deep. He ate. He jackpot. Go and meditate on that parable. The prodigal son, he collect, he move. That is the spirit we find in anybody who was never a disciple. You will find out that they only call you Papa when they need. The next time you see their call, they say, hey, Pastor, how are you doing, Pastor? Pastor, that thing that you pray for actually happened. I know you are busy, that's why I didn't call you. You are a thief and a robber. A thief and a robber. There is one man. Anytime I see him, I know he's pursuing one new contract. Anytime I see him, okay, what's the next contract now? Hey, Pastor, it's not like that, you know. It's not like that. But there's something I'm pursuing, Pastor. Always pursuing that man. Follow me to one service. I will go, he will come again. I will stand him up. You know me. Service was going on. I was ministering. You've been wanting to see me. You followed me to even a meeting I was invited. I was ministering. And you are sitting in front. Your phone ring. You don't even have respect. He was in front. No. It was like, let me stone him the mic where I was. Oh my God. You know, people would have write to me, I want to follow you. He says, it's scam. They want to follow the fame. They want to follow you because you are now in vogue. So they don't want to follow you. If you seek to come after the Lord, deny yourself. Take up your cross. The way of a disciple is not easy. But if you are a true disciple, you will know what the master knows. That's it. That's the end of the education for now. Or go and meditate. Where have you crossed? Is your mouth closed? Have you crossed that point to the point of worry? Or have you crossed that point and what you're afraid of now is your life? And if you've crossed these 3 levels, then be happy. Now the kingdom is open for you to explore. Your time on earth will now be spent downloading the oracles of the kingdom for future generations to walk in the light of how you walked with God. So you gain 1 billion naira, Jesus is Lord. You lose, Jesus is Lord. You are a billionaire yesterday, Jesus is Lord. You are a poor man today, Jesus is Lord. Nothing shakes, nothing moves. This man or this woman is always complete anytime I meet them. Always complete. The Bible says, yeah, complete in who? Christ. May we be complete in Yeshua's name.
Hello, thank you for watching the video, and I hope it was a great asset to you. And I hope it was also very useful time. If you haven't commented, if you haven't liked, please do that. And for more videos, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more videos. God bless you.